This pre-season has probably been one of the most difficult that I've had to deal with. We've had a situation of uncertainty regarding who I could sign up, who I couldn't. This whole project was based around full-time with a very young squad, and where we are with it is that they're training full-time through the summer and they haven't been paid a penny. So the players have been very good about that, and I'm hoping that we can help the supporters understand how critical it is to have a planned budget. You know, we recently played a tournament in Farnborough where we consciously put what we think will be as near to our first team as possible, what we're hoping to sign if we can afford to sign them, and I'm certainly not sure of that at this present moment. And on the Sunday we put out the team that will be available to us with a current budget, which is all our academy boys, and the gulf is massive, and I think the fans have to realise how big that gulf is. They have to take that on board and say, if they're happy to work with that team every week, then we'll be in for a very long, hard season. And if we want to see the Saturday side, then we're going to have to find ways to work together. The whole club, as a community club, should do. Our first match on Saturday is obviously one that I hope is firstly well supported, because it's part of a new era. If I look at the first 3 games, they're against 3 of the most physical sides that we play. I'm aware that we're very light in physicality. I'm aware that we're very young and there'll be difficult games. Our coaching sessions are around football and playing football. I might have to be a little bit more defensively orientated than I choose to be. I would normally choose attack as being the best means of defence, but we also have to be physically able to defend set pieces better than we have in pre-season. Those lads that started off last year, the Atkinson brothers, Sam Devfield, Dan Collier, Charlie, I'm going to forget loads of them, the 3 academy boys, George, Aaron. The progress they've made is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in a year. We get to enjoy that if I can afford to sign them. If we can raise enough money and I can afford to sign the Sams, the Ashley Artwells and that, then the progress is phenomenal, and they'll continue to make progress. If you look at the league setup, you need 11 players signed on. So we have now signed 11, a mixture of a couple of senior ones and some young ones. We've been very fortunate this year where we've been able to get Shane Hollinsby from Flackwell Heath, who's an experienced player and is able to come in and play games, possibly able to train with us 1 morning a week. So the project has to be tailored to the finances we have. It's very much, we've got to completely change what the ethos of the club about what we are as a club and what we are to the community, because we haven't been a community club. We've been very insular in our ambitions, very insular in, we've been like every other football club. We want to take, and we've had a rich benefactor that's in the past has funded us. That's gone now. We've got to realise that's gone. We've alienated our fan base, where the board had no correspondence with the fan base really. We might have put a few things out on the web, but next to nothing. Fed them next to nothing. The fan base for them, if they're getting fed nothing and almost been in an area where they feel they're nothing to do with the club, then their response will be to write things about the club and how it is. It's the club. The club are not doing this. The club are not doing that. The club are not running this or at the club. Well, it's changed now. It's your club now. The whole club will be restructured. The whole club will be miles better. This club was, when I come in, and I'm not saying when I come in this is how it was and now it's brilliant. It isn't brilliant now. When I come in this club, it was dysfunctional, like a dysfunctional family. And that's how I like to talk about my club, as a family. So when the supporters get on websites and wonder why I get annoyed when they slate my family, my boys, my players, well, they're your family now. And I ask you, if you get on them websites and you go, this kid's useless, and name that kid, would you do that to your son? You'd say, give him a bit of time. Give him some room to breathe and grow. If your argument is, well, they're footballers, they've got to learn the hard way, behave. They're kids. And it's not easy playing against men. We should be supporting those. It's your club. Stop doing that. People wonder why I get upset about it, but it's blindingly obvious that you have a family member, you encourage that family member to do the best they possibly can for themselves. And they're working their socks off day in, day out. None of them have been paid over the summer holidays. They've all come in, they've all found their way into autumn, found their way, and they don't get paid a penny. And I'm really proud of what that Sunday side's done, let alone the Saturday side. And we need to make sure in future that we understand that we're all pulling in the same direction. And it's our responsibility to get up off our backsides and make sure we make a difference. And when we do make a difference, boy, you'll get some pleasure out of that. When you do see our boys being successful on that pitch and watching the football we're trying to play, Jason and I are trying to play, you're going to get much more of a buzz than you did in the past.